Shopper Insights, y'all.
It's Lauren.
Shopper Insights, y'all.
I'm Janera.
Shopper Insights, y'all.
I'm Audrey.
Shopper Insights, y'all.
I'm Candace.
Shopper Insights, y'all.
It's Megan.
Shopper Insights, y'all. Welcome to the podcast.
Sharper Insights. Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you?
All right. We also have an upcoming baseball series. Upcoming as in happening tonight. We have a game tonight at 6:30 p.m., a game Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1. Texas Tech baseball will be taking on West Virginia in a 3-game series, so make sure y'all come out. Rip Griffin Park is always super fun on the weekend. A lot of people don't know there's a barbecue stand around like the first baseline. A lot of people miss out on that, so don't be one of those people. Go have some good barbecue, and hopefully we'll see y'all there.
And hopefully we win.
Yay.
Red Raiders coming at you. All right. Our second part of our Did You Know segment will be talking about none other than the women's NCAA basketball tournament that happened this year. Did you guys check it out?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I did.
Way more than men's.
Absolutely way more than men's. And there's like so much stuff on our feed about it. It's pretty cool. So we got some nice little stats for you here. For the first time in the 42nd year history, more people watched the women's NCAA basketball final than men's.
That's crazy.
Outrageous, yeah?
I'm not surprised.
It was really good competition. What did you say earlier when we were talking about it? You said it was better.
Competition, it was better. More, actually, yeah, it's just really the competition and more upsets and just adversity.
Mm-hmm.
Surprises,
Underdog
but like,
story.
yeah, good underdog story.
It was great. It was great television. It was great just like Instagram, social media content. It was even, you just kind of had a really good following of like who the players were too, the coaches.
It did feel like last year's March Madness for the women, and this year it felt like a chapter 2. Like it felt like to be continued, unfinished business type of thing. It felt like one really big March Madness. It didn't really feel like 2 separate tournaments. It felt like, let's see what happens next time.
One of my parts that I really enjoyed about this tournament was kind of having the opportunity to watch Caitlin Clark potentially have that senior year where she got the championship and pretty much just crushing all of the records and cherry on top with the championship, right? But now everybody's really excited about what that can mean moving forward. Not only is she estimated to be picked in the draft high, but she also has offers from Ice Cube's new league with a guaranteed of $5 million out the gate. And I think that just can have a huge impact, not only on women's basketball, but especially the hopes and the dreams of our current girls playing in college basketball.
Following up from what Megan said about Caitlin's impact in the WNBA. So the Indiana Fever, they had the number 1 pick, which will likely be Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
So the Aces, the Las Vegas Aces.
There we go.
They looking ahead, being proactive with their scheduling and venue plans. So instead of having their home game at their home facility,
Right.
they're moving it to a larger facility that's probably 8,000 more. I don't know the numbers. Don't fact check me for real.
Got it.
But at least 8,000 more fans will be able to watch that game.
So in anticipation of Caitlin Clark
Yes.
coming to their home arena, they're picking a bigger venue,
They're picking a bigger venue.
making more money?
More money.
Wow.
Like an NBA arena size.
Wow. That's her impact, huh?
That's what they say.
Crazy.
Hey, yo, can you add it to the queue? All right, and today's Add It to the Queue, our suggestion comes from Texas Tech football player Dylan Shaw. He is currently listening to the podcast Therapy Gecko, and he says they talk about random topics, people call in about totally random things, and this guy dresses up as a green lizard, and he's an unlicensed psychologist, and he travels the universe talking to strangers about absolutely nothing. He says he likes to listen to this on his drive home. Sounds kind of crazy to me, but he really enjoys it. He's also currently listening to The Smiths. That's a English rock band formed in Manchester in 1982. Their genres range from indie pop to alternative rock, And he says he likes to listen to this while doing schoolwork or before practice. So if you haven't tried that podcast or that band, give them a listen.
I like those choices. Our next recommendation comes from Derrick Mitchell in Student Athlete Development. The book he recommended is called You Owe You by Eric Thomas. So according to the descriptor, no matter your story or your struggle, Eric Thomas is a celebrated motivational guru, an educator, and he's a problem solver to many of the top athletes and business leaders. So this book will help you work harder. It'll help you discover your real motivation and crack the code of enduring success. That sounds very interesting.
That does sound good.
A few of our book recommendations have been very high-level motivational. So it's not just for I need some motivation. It's we're go-getters, and now how do I take that to the next level? So this book's probably like that. His podcast that he recommends is called Earn Our Leisure. Earn Your Leisure or Earn Our Leisure. I should fact check that. But either way, it's a podcast that is kind of a cross between a college business course and pop culture. And so when you blend the two together, it creates a unique, exciting look at the world of business, which sounds really cool.
That does sound good.
Derrick sounds very business-minded. So
Yeah.
we'll have to pick his brain. And then, of course, his musical recommendation is J. Cole. This is our second recommendation of J. Cole. I'm going to go ahead and third that. I don't mind J. Cole. So if you have not listened to his stuff, go way back and then listen to his new stuff.
Gotta go back and then come forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Good to
enjoy the
know.
ride.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for the recommendations, guys. Today's lesson with Flap will be about DegreeWorks. Do we know what DegreeWorks is?
Sort of, kind of, yes.
All right.
All right. So if I'm looking for DegreeWorks, usually I would just Google it, like I Google everything. Students have a specific way of doing it, so maybe you can tell them what that is.
Yeah, we're going to walk through that together. But that kind of brings up a good point. We don't use it as staff, but students should know where it is. So that's kind of why we're doing this today. Go to Blackboard. Everyone has a Blackboard. You have to do that every day for your classes. And that main page when you log in has the Rater Success Hub.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Real quick, on the Rater Success Hub, it also has on-campus advisors that are attached to you and other resources on campus that are available to you. They're kind of assigned to you. So if you scroll down on that main page when you log into the Rater Success Hub, you'll see these people. So if any point during your career you want some extra support, we do what we can in athletics, but we can't be all things to all people. So if we ever are not available, go to that page, scroll down, and see some of those people, and they can also be of support.
I like that. That's good. So my way is using RaterLink, which is not too different from Rater Success Hub. I think it's just another additive. But when you go to RaterLink, you should see the gray registration tab. When you click that drop-down arrow, you'll see things like Schedule Builder, Add and Drop Class, and then you'll also see DegreeWorks. So that's another way. So when you get to DegreeWorks, the first thing you need is...
Your R number.
Yeah, you need your R number. And if you're already logged in, it'll just automatically load for you, which is cool. So at the very top, Janira is going to tell you what you'd find when you first log into DegreeWorks.
Okay, so I'm looking right at it, so y'all can't tell me I'm lying. I see that your classification, your major, your program, your college, your academic standing, when you're expected to graduate, your catalog year, which is important.
Yeah, I've had some students that I've run into who maybe might be in university studies and they might have forgotten all of their concentrations. This is going to be where you first see it. So when you log on, that very first top part will have exactly what your major is. So sometimes we forget, we're busy, we get it. Then you'll have your GPA, your current GPA.
At this institution. So that goes for transfers. So just because you transfer here, that GPA is no longer your GPA. It's your Texas Tech GPA.
Mm-hmm. All right, then you keep scrolling and you'll see your overall degree. So it depends on what college you're in or what school you're in. So if you're a degree in Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science or a Bachelor of Business and Administration, you can see your overall hours that are required, minimum, the hours that you have applied to it, and then your catalog year that you're currently in. And so this is where you'll see the big number of hours. Don't panic. This is just the big condensed view of everything you need to do to complete your degree.
Mm-hmm.
Then you keep scrolling and you'll see
Your TTU core curriculum. So this is really what the university wants everybody to take in a nutshell. So that's your Englishes and maths and history, all those great fun basic education or general education classes that's required for everyone.
Yep, and that's, again, we hear a lot of complaints from students, and we get it.
Why am I taking this? Because it's good for your general knowledge.
Yeah, we were there too. We don't want to always take those histories and those Englishes and those sciences and maths, but it's core requirements. So let's just get through it. All right, then you keep going, and there might be some added requirements from your major depending on what it is. You'll see that in a box, and then if you keep going all the way down, you'll see your in progress courses. So you'll see them what you're currently in, and then the time of the year that we're in right now, we just registered, or most of us did. You'll see even classes that you're registered for in the fall or in the summer, so it's kind of cool to see what's coming all in one page, so you just have to scroll. Janira is going to talk to us about the courses and the course titles and what you can find on DegreeWorks.
Yeah, so I've used that when helping students understand what a course number is, what is the title of that class, what's the description of that class, so you can know it in advance when you're getting ready to register. You can see when that class is offered, how much credit hours it's worth, but it's really a good indicator of just knowing what you're taking before you take it, so it's not a surprise.
So a way you can find that, I like that she talked about the actual name of the course. Over to the middle part of DegreeWorks, you'll see a lot of blue words. It'll say attributes, or it'll have course titles. If you actually click on those, it'll open up some course details. You might see what term those are offered. So is it only offered in the fall? Is it only offered in the spring? And sometimes it'll tell you meeting time. So is it a Monday, Wednesday, a Friday class? Is it a Thursday class? It'll also tell you what prerequisites you need for that class. It'll give you lots of different options, lots of information. You just kind of have to click around and hunt, do some investigating, but it's really good information. Another thing I like is the color coding bubbles to the far left. Right before it tells you what's needed, it'll be red, meaning you still need it. Blue means it's in progress, and then green means you've already completed that. So it's a good way to see visually what I've completed, what's coming. And if you see a whole bunch of red, don't panic. That means you just started and we're going to get through it. So it's a great way to learn more about your degree and about where you stand as far as classes that you're taking and classes that you need to take. So it's great information. All right, one last thing I do want to touch on is the really cool what if audit button. So when you scroll back up to the top, underneath your personal information, you'll see two little tabs. It says student audit and what if audit. If you click the what if audit, this is for people who might be struggling with, do I need to change my major? Maybe I want to change my major. Maybe I want to add a concentration or add a minor. What would that take and what would that look like? So this is a place where you actually get to play around with that. You can change your major, you can change your minor, you can add things to it, and then you click process new. Now don't panic. When you click process new, it's not going to change anything officially. This is just to see what happens. And what's really cool that you can learn from this is how many hours will this tack on to my degree? Maybe some of my classes count towards this new major, and so it'll actually work out where I finish at the same time. Or maybe adding a minor is helpful because I've already taken some of those courses. So this is a great way to do exactly what it's called. See what if I changed it? What happens if I add this or take this away? And so you can have this information on your own and then take that when you have meetings with advisors, whether that's on campus or your advisor at the MSc. So it's a great way to come with knowledge about what you need to complete your degree.
Be curious. Find out.
I would also use it to find out who your professor might be. And then once you know who your professor could be, I would definitely recommend utilizing Rate My Professor. That way you understand what their class is going to look like, maybe what their exams look like. And even if that professor is well liked on campus, that's really good to know before you sign up for a class. You can also kind of get a vibe for what the class will be like that semester You don't want to go in totally blind, so definitely do your research beforehand.
Well, lots of good knowledge about how to take care of yourself when you are registering, when you're looking at your major. So go to DegreeWorks, and if you get lost, just come by the suite and we can help you out.
Yep. All right, that wraps it up, y'all. Continue to support women's sport. They are continuing to grow and be just out there.
It's incredible.
It's not going to cease. It's only going to get better, so just don't miss out on it.
Yeah. And don't hate, just support.
Right. And also support our Texas Tech baseball team as they take on West Virginia. Oh, country roads.
Yeah, if y'all don't know about that rivalry, go look it up, but I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. So John Denver actually came to Tech, and so there is a little bit of beef and like some who takes ownership of the song, because John Denver's ours, but he actually, the Mountaineer fans have kind of taken Take Me Home Country Roads as theirs. And John Denver even like christened the field back in 1980 whenever it was first opening using that song. So they think it's theirs and we think it's ours. And so not only are we playing them this weekend, but we also want to take ownership of that song. So Take Me Home Country Roads.
It's the beef that everybody just wants to have with us.
Go Google it. It's kind of cool to read about.
Yeah. And lastly, thank you, Derrick, for your suggestion on Added to the Queue.
Yeah. And thank you, Dylan Shaw, for your recommendations and about the Smiths. I think that's cool that they're coming back and they're relevant. And then, as usual, I hope you left here a little sharper.